What's up guys, Boston, I'm back for another YouTube video, and you probably saw by the title, how to win your first Grand Challenge in Clash Royale, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to teach you all how to win your first Grand Challenge. So this video is directed to those of you who probably haven't won a Grand Challenge yet, but you also might want to learn Lavaclone even if you've won a Grand Challenge, because this deck is really solid in the meta and really fun to play. It makes your opponents really mad as well, so there's so many reasons to play this deck because it's really fun, and also it's really easy to get a 12 win with, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. I made a ladder video with this deck, and a lot of you guys like seeing that. That's why I'm doing this, and also I haven't made a GC video in a while, so I'm 8-1 right now, and I'm going to play 4 games, maybe it'll be 5 if we lose one, but hopefully we can end up getting 12 wins, and I show you guys the basics of this deck, how to play it, etc., so you guys can win a Grand Challenge yourself too. I myself have won, I would say, probably like at least 3 Grand Challenges with this deck before, so it's very easy to like get a 12 win with, and it takes little to no practice. The first time ever I used this deck in Grand Challenge, I ended up going 12-0 with it just because it's just so easy to play. And also, okay, there we go, we found a game. So the main thing you want to know with this deck is, though it's easy to play, there are a few things you need to be aware of. So one of those is like starting place and stuff, etc. So in this situation, like, I didn't have a Lava Hound cycle, so I have to cycle something to get to it, and I don't even want a Lava Hound yet. Until you know what the other person's playing, it's not really safe to like play a Lava Hound. So he goes with Dark Prince. This almost makes me think that maybe it's a I'm thinking it might be like, my guess is a graveyard deck, or okay, Lava Hound was also going to be one of my guesses. So let's go ahead and Lava Hound same lane. So when you're versing a Lava Hound deck or Golem deck, stuff like that, what you want to do is you want to use your like air counters, put them behind the Lava Hound that you play the Lava Hound same lane as their Lava Hound, and then clone. And in this case, he played his Inferno Dragon. He also has Poison. Okay, so this is going to be a little tough, guys. Poison's definitely annoying to deal with, especially since you're using clone. But look at right here, guys, we played the Skarmy on top of the Miner, and the Skarmy as well, I think, is honestly going to distract those Lava Pups long enough, so I don't need to worry. Okay, so we stopped that really nicely, guys. So even though he poisoned our clone Lava Hound, we were still able to defend because we had our Skarmy, because he had his poison out of cycle, so then he had nothing for the Skarmy. Let's go ahead and snowball his tower just to cycle. And he goes with Lava Hound again. So what we need to do is just go in again with a Lava Hound. And then honestly, I'm just going to do the same defense again, because Flying Machine doesn't die to the poison, so, or excuse me, Flying Machine dies to the poison, Baby Dragon doesn't, so that's why I'm using the Baby Dragon instead of the Flying Machine. Because when he poisons, I don't really want like the Flying Machine to die, because then I'd have like nothing to kill his Lava Hound, obviously. Let's go ahead and Flying Machine since you just used the poison, and then we can go ahead and play bats. He might go in with a Miner here. Looks like he doesn't, so we're going to take that out really easily. And now, guys, once that Baby Dragon dies, we can go ahead and play like a Lava Hound in front here, and then we can also as well go in with a Baby Dragon, and then I'll also get my clone ready. Kind of interested to see what he does. Interesting, he goes in with a Miner on our tower. Oh my god, I cloned, but I missed the Lava Hound. I don't know if it's going to matter too much, because we still have the Baby Dragon alive, and we can send in a Skarmy once that poison's done, because he just used the poison, he just used the Water Barrel, so he doesn't have much for the Skarmy. And Flying Machine takes his tower, and that's going to be a good game, guys. So the main thing to remember, guys, when you're versing a Lava Hound deck is to defend, use a clone on defense, like play support cards, whether that being your we could have actually snowballed that to activate King, but it doesn't matter because time's up anyways. So yeah, that's a pretty good first game. I honestly think, even though he had poison, that's not even that hard of a matchup, because you have Snowball to reset his Inferno Drag, and you can also outcycle the poison. Like he had to use it in many cases on offense, like when he was trying to break through, he poisoned when I cloned the Baby Dragon, and that's honestly not a valuable poison, because after the poison's done, we can go in with a Flying Machine. So honestly, this is all about outcycling the opponent and being aware of card cycle. That's honestly the main way to beat decks that have poison and NATO. So even though they can be harder, they're not impossible, which is why it's just a great deck to play in the meta. Alright, so we're playing Darren, so we don't have a Lava Hound right now, so we're probably just going to need to cycle bats in the back. Unless he does something, but we'll have to wait and see if he does. If not, we'll just cycle bats. And he just cycles minions, so let's just go ahead and snowball those. I might miss one of them. Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. So he's still not doing anything. Kind of interesting. I might, like... I think maybe I'll Flying Machine in the back. He probably is using P.E.K.K.A, if I had to guess. Oh, no, it's not. The reason why I was guessing P.E.K.K.A is because typically decks that have, like, the minions in it are usually a P.E.K.K.A deck. But in this case, that's probably not going to be because he has the Rascals. So maybe this is, like, a Royal Hog deck or something. Actually, it looks like it's Sparky, so I'm not sure how we're going to stop this Sparky. We'll probably have to use this Skarmy. Let's go ahead and Baby Dragon. And then we can also play Bats as well. And then Clone here. His Lava Hound does connect though, unfortunately, but... excuse me, his Sparky connects. The Balloon doesn't connect though, and look at that, guys. We have the Clone Lava Hound on the tower, Baby Dragon coming in. And we might take his tower here if he doesn't have anything to deal with it, and we do. So there we go, guys. Another thing that I would like to add in about this deck is it's okay to take damage. If you saw I took a Sparky hit instead of defending, so I could, like, counter push because he spent a lot of elixir. Like, he went in with a Sparky and Balloon. And also, guys, this deck might seem a little weird, but I've actually seen this played a little bit. I don't know, like, who used it or something, but I think maybe it was, like, someone in, like, CRL, maybe. I'm going to play Bats because I don't want the Balloon to connect. I'm pretty sure this guy has Freeze, if I remember this deck correctly. Okay, so he goes in with the Sparky. Let's go ahead and just Lumberjack. And then Flying Machine. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and just clone everything. And then, yeah, we should be able to stop his push coming in, because look at this snowball. It's going to hit everything. It's going to hit, like, the Rascal Girls. It's going to hit the minions. And we should be able to break through here. And he zapped that. So, yeah, we're for sure going to take his right tower. And so I think this is for sure a good game, guys. I don't see any way of him, like, coming back from this. We might even 3-crown him if he can't defend. We'll have to see. Yeah, 2 Flying Machines on the tower. And then the Lava Pups coming in, and that's going to be a good game. So that was a pretty easy win, to be honest, and this is a matchup that's honestly, like, really easy because he didn't have a Poison, he didn't have a NATO, and honestly, he didn't even have really a spell at all to really deal with all this stuff because his deck was mostly a ground deck. He only had 2 air counters via minions and the Rascals, which the Snowball gets really good value against anyways. So guys, yeah, you're probably getting the idea. This deck is a really easy deck to use once you understand the basics of it. So what I'd recommend is if you're trying to win your first GC, this is 100% the deck to do that. But what I would say is before you play the GC, maybe practice in some classics, friendly battles, etc., just to make sure that you're good with the deck and you get the idea of it. But, like, it's just such an easy deck to use, so it isn't really that hard to learn. So, we're 10-1 right now, so we just need 2 more wins, and we're also free to lose another game and still be in the GC. So, things are looking pretty good, because we just need 2 more. Hopefully, we can find a game quickly here. I'll cancel and research. Sometimes when you get far in GCs, it can take a really long time to find a game. Like, one time I was at 11 wins, and it took almost 2 minutes to find a game, but we found a game, so it's alright. We're playing against OP, Hosk. So he's saying, wow, maybe he knows who we are. So we have a Lava Hound in our starting hand, so we can wait for him to make a first play, or we could wait until double elixir, one or the other. And there he goes. So he goes in with a Mortar, guys. And this is another example of when you can sacrifice some damage. So he just went with, like, a Mortar at the bridge. And if you looked at my hand, like, I mean, I had a Baby Dragon, but honestly, it's better to just Lava Hound in the back, save the Baby Dragon so you can, like, play it behind the Lava Hound. And in this situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save a little bit of elixir so I can go in with a Lumberjack. And look at that Hog, guys. I'm going to ignore that as well, because what I'm going to do is just clone everything here and hope that I can actually take his tower. Look, guys, he's not happy at all right now. I think he knows we're going to take tower. We might even be able to 3-crown him right here, which would be kind of insane. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know, because he just went with the Snowball. so he didn't have really anything for the flying machine right away, except the bats, but he played that late. Look at that, guys. His king is going really low. It's almost at 1,000 HP. So that was, like, an amazing start for us. Like, I don't think I could have asked for a better way to start off this game, because we already took over 2/3 of his king. We have both our towers still up, and I'm just going to play bats on that musketeer. Maybe it wasn't necessary. I probably could have just played a lava hound. But this way I'm cycled back to a lumberjack, so if he goes in with a hog, he won't be able to, like, I don't know, if he played a hog Valk, he wouldn't be able to 3-crown me, etc. Stuff, like, I mean, that's why it's good to have a lumberjack, but it doesn't really matter either way, because we can probably 3-crown him right here. I don't think he has a good spell for dealing with the clone. Like, he has Snowball, but he doesn't really have... Okay, so he goes in with a Valk. Let's just go ahead and clone this here. He might Snowball here, so I'm going to play minions behind it, so he won't be able to hit everything with a Snowball. And that's going to be a good game. I felt like no matter what he did there, like, that was just going to be an easy win. So, again, just honestly, a game that didn't take much effort. Pretty easy. Now we're 11-1, so we might even end 12-1. The first game I lost was actually versus some, like, off-meta deck, believe it or not. Like, the guy had Wizard or something, Wizard NATO, so, like, yeah, you do have to watch out against off-meta decks, because it's, but I mean, sometimes you can't, because it's very hard to play against decks that you've never, like, played against before, but still. Alright, so, we found a game against Rainbow. This might be the Rainbow that played SLO, if you guys know what that league is. And if that is the case, then he's like a really good player, so we need to make sure that we focus here. So let's Lava Hound in the back. The reason why it was okay to Lava Hound in the back is because you played a 4 elixir card in the back, and it's also an air counter. So now that card is technically out of cycle if you think about it, especially if I kill it here. So he goes in with a Skarmy. I'm just going to go ahead and Snowball. And, okay, actually, we can go with bats here, and I'm thinking of, okay, so now we know he has 2 spells. So this isn't going to be too easy of a win, I don't think, because he has Fireball and he has Zap, so 2 counters, and he also might have another spell, probably not, but maybe he has Log, which will also get good value against the Skarmy. So I'm not sure what this deck is, though, because Skeleton Army, Musketeer, Mega Minion, definitely a little off meta. If I had to guess, maybe it's like a Sparky deck or something, but I really can't say for sure. I'm not sure what would have those cards in it. So let's just Lava Hound again in the back. We're probably not going to get really any good pushes off in single. Okay, so he goes in with a Night Witch, so yeah, I'm not like sure at all what this deck is, guys. Okay, so it's going to be a Golem deck, and he might have NATO too, so this might be kind of one of those difficult matchups, guys. Let's go ahead and Lumberjack here, but honestly, if he Fireballs this, I'm not too sure like how we'll be able to stop this. Let's just Snowball and Bats, but remember, guys, he has Zap, so he's probably just gonna say, yeah, Zap those. So yeah, well played on his end. We might be able to come back, but not really looking too good right now. I think our only way of coming back might be if he doesn't have NATO. That would be good if he didn't, but he probably does have it if I had to guess. So I'm gonna actually have to take some damage there, just because I didn't want to like go with the Baby Dragon and then not have the Elixir Lava Hound in front of it. So our only chance here is to get a good clone push going. So what I'm going to do is once that Musketeer locks on, I'm going to clone everything, and he goes in with the Golem. So maybe this will actually work out, because we can go in with a Baby Dragon now, another one, and Fireball doesn't kill it. So I'm I'm trying to avoid using my Flying Machine until I had stuff down. So yeah, solid defense on his part. He's just going to Fireball that, and he actually hit everything, so well played. Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be probably lost, guys. So Golem can be a little difficult because they have the Night Witch typically, and usually in most cases they have the NATO. I don't think this guy has the NATO because it's like an off-meta Golem deck, but nonetheless, pretty well played on his part. The deck caught me off guard a little bit, and also, like, yeah, I wasn't really prepared to stop his Golem push. Maybe I should have tried to get my cycle a little better. But anyways, good game. Well played to him. I'm pretty sure if he's the person I was talking about earlier, then he's a really solid player. Maybe I'll check his profile real quick. Oh no, it's not the person I was thinking of, but there is someone named Rainbow who's a really, really good player. I thought maybe it was him. All right, so we're still able to win this grand challenge, but if we win one or lose one more game, then we do lose out of it. But if we win, then we win. But I guess we have a 50-50 chance if you think about it, but try to play my best, and hopefully we find a game here shortly. We found our last games pretty quickly, but sometimes at 11 it can take a while, and if it takes too long, I'll just edit it out, but I'll keep canceling and researching. Usually, like, if you don't find a game in 10 seconds or so, you should just cancel and research to try to speed up the process a little bit. But yeah, this video will probably be shorter than my other videos. As you guys know, I make 30-minute videos and stuff sometimes. But my next video will probably be longer. I'm getting a Pro vs. Pro, guys, very, very soon. It's probably going to be versus Sergio Ramos or Hazard. It might even be versus both of them, and I'll just pre-record them and then upload them maybe one tomorrow and then one a week later. So they're both not like 2 days in a row. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that, but hopefully we find a game pretty quickly here. If I don't find it in, like, maybe I should talk about the deck a little bit while we're searching for a game a little more. So what's something I haven't gone against? Oh, so guys, let's say you're versing. Another reason why this deck is solid is because let's say you're versing P.E.K.K.A. Poison. P.E.K.K.A. Poison is in the meta a lot, and a lot of people, I think, don't really know how to beat it with this deck because they think since the other person has a poison, it's almost an impossible matchup. Oh yeah, we found a game. I'll talk about like P.E.K.K.A. Poison unless we verse it this game, which it probably won't be because there's lots of decks in the meta, so I highly doubt we're going against it. But if we are, then there we go. But if not, I'll talk about like how to beat P.E.K.K.A. Poison, decks like that after the game. So, okay, so it looks like he's running a Balloon Cycle deck. So that, I think that Balloon gets, yeah, one hit, unfortunately. But guys, since he has his Snowball out of cycle, what we can do now is we can just probably clone, because we have the Lava Hound up. And look at that Flying Machine that didn't die. Oh my gosh, this is really good, guys. So we're not going to get Tower, I don't think, because he played a Musketeer, but I think we're going to whittle it down. Well, we could take Tower unless he Snowballs. Yeah, he did Snowball, but now since he used his Snowball, we can probably use our Skarmy without having to, like, worry. Let's, like, do this here, though, the Skarmy there, just because I know he has Barter Barrel, so I didn't want to do it right on the Musketeer in case he went in for a prediction or something. So, guys, this is another good matchup for us because his only spell is Snowball and Barter Barrel. Well, yeah, he has Snowball and Barter Barrel for the Skarmy, but, like, honestly, you can outrange the Barter Barrel in lots of cases. So he's going to take Tower here, but I don't think that's too big of a deal because look at that, guys. His Tower's at 62, so it's almost dead anyways. But we may have to try to take it out because Snowball doesn't do enough damage. Snowball does, like, I think it does 55 or something, so we're going to have to try to figure out a way to take it out, which could be troublesome, but we can worry about that a little later. Maybe I'll just send in a Lava Hound push a little later in the game, but there's a chance we could just take his tower right here and not even have to worry about it. Let's, like, Lumberjack here, and then we can clone everything here, hopefully get some good value. He goes in with his bats, but they get obliterated really, really quickly. He's probably going to Snowball here. There's the Snowball, but he didn't hit the Flying Machines. They're on the tower. And do we take it out, guys? Yes, we do. So we take the tower. Now we don't have to worry about the left lane because we can easily just get it, like, with the Lava Hound push. We can Lumberjack here. We have Snowball to push back the Balloon. So let's Snowball. And then we just play some defense, and then we could honestly just Lava Hound in the middle because all it really needs is one hit, and then it's in Snowball range. And he might bother defending it. Maybe he won't defend it, but if he does, then he won't be able to, like, Balloon and take our tower. He might not even be able to anyways because we have a Flying Machine down, and then we can just Snowball to make sure it doesn't get a hit. And that's going to be a good game, guys. We got the 12 wins. So we went against some decks that are honestly used quite a bit in the meta. That Balloon Cycle deck he just played, that's used in the meta quite a lot. I even made a video on it. And also, what else did we play? Oh, well, that wasn't really meta, but that was one of our losses. This Valkyrie Mortar deck is actually being used quite a lot now. I've seen some like good players use it. And this deck I've also seen as well. Probably, you guys probably aren't too familiar with it though. It's a little off meta. And then this deck right here, Lava, Minor, Poison, is also kind of in the meta right now as well. So all those matchups were not really too difficult to beat. Just lost my balance on the chair a little bit there. But anyways, I'm going to talk a little bit about P.E.K.K.A. Poison. Let me actually look through the replays here. Maybe I have a replay of P.E.K.K.A. Poison, just so you guys kind of have an idea of how to play against it. Just checking. Yeah, the replays are not available. So unfortunately I don't, but yeah, if you're versing P.E.K.K.A. Poison, some people struggle against that. But honestly, it's an extremely easy matchup. All you have to do is, if they play a P.E.K.K.A. on the back, if you Lava Hound same lane, you can just, like, clone and stuff, make them poison that, and then after they use their clone, you can Flying Machine behind the Lava Hound. So what I mean by make them use their clone is, if they P.E.K.K.A. on the back, you can just like, Lava Hound same lane as the P.E.K.K.A., and then Baby Dragon behind it, clone it, and then play Bats 2, try to bait out a poison, and if they play a poison, you can just Flying Machine. And also, as always, to make the matchup even easier, wait for them to do the first play of the game, because maybe they'll like cycle minions in the back, and if they cycle minions in the back, if you're versing P.E.K.K.A. Minions Battle Ram or whatever, you can just like honestly just cycle a Lava Hound in the back, and then they already have their air counter out of cycle, which is probably their best air counter, because the E-Wiz doesn't really do like an insane amount of damage to like the Lava Hound and other air cards. And also, P.E.K.K.A. Lightning, of course, is an extremely easy deck to beat, because Lightning doesn't get any value. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and open this GC chest, and I'm glad, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, if you saw the whole thing, and I hope you can get your first GC win. So unfortunately, no Legendary, we get Wall Breakers, so not really the best chest at all, and yeah, that's kind of an unlucky chest. But yeah, I've won probably like 4 GCs with this deck. I've won over 10 GCs. I got the 10 GC badge probably like a month or 2 ago. But yeah, it's a really fun deck to play. And if you've never won a GC before, this is probably the easiest deck in the whole game to get 12 wins with. And if you verse someone using NATO, you verse someone using Poison, you can always outcycle them like I did in the game at 9 or 10 wins. I forget when it was. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also comment below what you guys want to see next. Most likely next video, guys, is going to be the Pro vs. Pro. I'm going to record for it today. I now know people who I'm going to verse, and I finally like have it decided and worked out. But thanks again until next time, guys.